Well, here we are, and welcome to the Love Notes Salon. I'm here today with author Esther Wyss-Flamm, and thank you so much for being a part of this book. It was such a joy to welcome you into the community.
Of course, Cynthia. I'm honored.
I loved your story. I do continue to love your story so much. And I'm telling you, I don't know when I've read a more gripping first paragraph. You had me
Mhm.
from the start. I've never read anything so beautiful. Now, I know that this story was previously published,
Mhm.
and I was, really grateful for the generosity of your previous publisher to share with us. But I still think that it applies. Yours is a deeply personal story. How
Right.
did sharing your story change you, if it did?
Well, it's a story about a journey to becoming a mom, and it
Mm,
took me 7 years as opposed to 9. I had a number of miscarriages and adoption attempts that also didn't pan out, and there was a lot of shame that accumulated over the course of those years of shame about my body, not doing what it was supposed to do,
mm,
and
mm.
not living up to an image of myself that I had really been hoping and expecting would come to be. So, writing and sharing this story has really loosened the grip of that shame on me. And
Mm.
I realized that many women go through this. The journey is deeply personal, and yet
Mm.
it's universal.
Yeah, it's a remarkable story. The journey to parenthood, right, is
Right.
it's like one of the most basic things, and yet we all approach it differently, especially the challenges that come with that. Do you think you worked through all of those things before you came to the point of writing it, or did writing offer you anything else
I
that you
think I
hadn't
think
already cultivated?
Yeah, what writing did was really help me clarify that there is a way that I lost trust in my body over the course of this time.
Whoa.
I really couldn't feel confident. At the same time, I also noticed the emergence of a voice that was very reassuring to me. It was a female voice, and I call it the wild woman voice or the divine feminine voice. It is a voice that I believe men also have. We have both the male
Yeah.
and female inside us. And that emergence built a sense of trust that even if this was happening, it was happening for me in some way, as opposed to me. And writing helped me discern that more clearly. All of us, even if not in the context of becoming a mom, which is pretty fundamental, all of us have hard shifts that we need to make in life at certain points, hardships as well, and being able to tune into a trusting voice that we have inside of us, sort of this wise female voice was very important to me.
I find it really interesting because there have been other people in the book who experienced a voice
Oh,
that
uh-huh.
in a moment of distress that brought
Mhm.
complete clarity. The idea for this book came as a voice to me when I was on silent retreat. And so I find that to be a really interesting thread that runs through Love Notes.
Huh. Yeah, isn't that interesting? And learning to listen for it and to discern it it's not easy. I mean, you have to find an inner space that you can step into and stay in and tune in. Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful. Are you still talking with her?
Of course. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, she's guiding me. It's also very informed by earth wisdom, by the natural world around me here. That's actually the takeaways that I wish for my readers. That readers who enjoy the story are also allowing that kind of wild feminine inside to rise up, and
Mm.
they see that this is something to give space to in their lives.
That is so beautiful. Well, your story certainly gives people the opportunity to delve into those deeper places and to consider that everything isn't already known. If we go within and we go to those deeper places, there is a level at which we can find some answers or at least an ongoing conversation.
Yes, we live in such a carefully choreographed life. I'm generalizing, but many of us are kind of scripted and trained to like look for the next step at every point. There's little clues around us that will pop out and will say, "Oh, you actually have some choice here," and you can look at it from a different perspective, and that I find really enriches our lives. And we're here for a short time on this planet, and being able to really find that richness is part of the journey that I write about.
Well, so
So,
wise. I love that. I just resonate with that so much. Would you like to read from Birthing the Wild Feminine Within for us?
yeah, I'm just going to read the very first part, Cynthia.
Mm,
It's more in the form of a prayer I wrote after one of my miscarriages. I can't remember which one, but
mm,
I had had many dreams about being in a cave that's guarded by an older woman, and there's a big cauldron of soup, and I always ran away from that. It was those dreams were really scary for me, especially when I was
mm,
young. And then
sure.
as I circled back to this with this experience of miscarriage, I wrote this. Body, take me deep down into the knowing of the mothers who walked before me, that I may sit at their feet, listen to the ancient tales, taste the broth of their bones,
Mm.
cupped in the sacred palms of this earth. So
So beautiful,
that's
so
the, yeah.
primordial and true. It just feels so grounded. Thank you for sharing such a deeply personal story with the Love Notes community. It says we're better for it. I appreciate your voice.
Aw, ditto. Cynthia, really, yeah, I've so enjoyed your energy and the love and graceful way that you've guided us through this process. So, yeah,
Thank you so much. I
yeah,
look forward to our paths crossing again. I know we have friends in common, so I'm sure
yes.
it'll happen.
Mhm.